What's going on, guys? My name is Garrett. I'm a bodybuilding coach here at Roman Empire. If you need thickness and width in your back, this is the workout for you. Follow along, find the workouts, find the cues, try them yourself. Let's see how it goes. First exercise we're gonna be on is the Nautilus single arm pull down. Gonna be doing isolateral, so one side at a time. Big thing on this, when you start, your position needs to be a little bit lean or biased towards whatever side you're gonna be on. You're gonna have a big chest, bringing your elbow as close to your hip as possible. Okay, so you're stretching at the top, bringing that elbow straight down, right into your hip, making sure you get that full flex of the lat and that full stretch at the top. Here's the things to avoid. When you get to the top, don't relax. Keep tension, keep the shoulder down, keep that lat stretching and pull from there. What we don't wanna do is just completely relax and then flex. That's a big thing to avoid on this. The second big thing to avoid is momentum. Again, we're trying to make this as hard as possible on your lat. So what you wanna do is keep that shoulder in the same spot, stay biased over to that side, and pull all the way down and control the weight all the way back down. All the way here, all the way back down. On this exercise, we got 3 sets, 10 to 15 rep range. Every single one of them is controlled. Tempo is perfect, form is perfect. Do not focus on just gripping and ripping heavy weight. That's not what's gonna build that thickness in your back. Time under tension, feeling that all the way through, that's what's gonna build the thickness. When you're doing single arm things, do not jump straight in to the next side. Give yourself a little bit of recovery, maybe a minute in between each side. That way, one side's not getting better blood flow than the other side. So when you're going from side to side, sometimes it's difficult to get the same contraction that you just had on one side versus the other. And that's how you build imbalances. So by allowing yourself to recover, you're gonna allow the next side to get ready for that movement. That way you're not just trying to feel that same pump you just got in this muscle that hasn't gotten the pump yet. One thing to remember on these, keep connection with the contraction versus just going heavy. It's really easy to start throwing momentum into it, stay disciplined, keep that contraction the whole time. You might have to drop the weight to do that, but that's what's gonna build muscle over time. That was it for this exercise. Next, we're gonna focus on the upper back. We're gonna do a panada post grip row, focusing on hitting those traps. That mid back really helps when you're coming back into that back double bicep, showing that thickness. That's what we're gonna work on. All right, cues on this machine. Pull and push into the pad. What I mean by that is when you're here, when you're pulling the weight, you're trying to push your chest into the pad as you're pulling. That's gonna create the most resistance. And you're cueing elbows high and back. Trying to bring your elbows as far back as possible to squeeze, coming all the way here, staying pressed into that pad. Stretch your arms all the way out. Make sure that those shoulders come forward. And then coming all the way back and squeezing again, pushing into the pad. One thing that I love about this machine is kickstand. So bring the weight off, get your grip perfect. Then when you're ready to work, take that kickstand off, get that stretch, and start your movement. All right, that wraps up for this exercise. Next, we're gonna go to a single arm lat bias row. On this Rogers lat row, all we're trying to do is A little bit of lean over bias to the side we're working. Trying to get this forearm in a straight line. Bring this elbow as close to our hip as humanly possible. That tells us we're flexing that lat as much as possible, allowing that lat to stretch and come right back into it. Big thing here is to not come all the way out to where we're taking the pressure off of the lat. Keeping an upright position, chest pressed against this pad, coming all the way through. Sometimes coming to the gym, weight feels really light, sometimes feels really heavy, but it's more than just that. I know today I've been perfect on my tempo and trying to be perfect on my form, which is making everything harder, which is the thing that we want. We want it to be as challenging as possible on ourselves to elicit the most muscle growth, which is a good thing. So if your form is perfect, your tempo is perfect, but you're not lifting as heavy, maybe think back to what you did last time. Were you doing the right form? Were you really controlling the weight? Probably not. Next exercise we got is reverse pec deck. Gonna be working the rear delt here. Big points on this is keeping your arms slightly above parallel, coming all the way back through the full range of the motion, keeping the arms out to the side, squeezing your shoulder blades back versus pressing with your triceps. Keep your arms a slight bend. That way we're pulling with the rear delt instead of pushing with the tricep. All right, we got 4 sets here, 12 to 15 reps. Trying to hit perfect form the whole time, making sure we get a stretch here, contraction all the way back, trying not to engage the triceps. When to use supersets, when you're constrained on time and you can hit 2 muscles that are not going to affect each other. Right now we're supersetting a rear delt fly with a cable bicep. Those 2 muscles are not going to inhibit each other from hitting the other one. So as I'm doing a rear delt fly, I'm not hitting my bicep and vice versa. That's something we can superset with and save a little bit of time in our workout. All right, next exercise we have is a single arm cable curl. Big thing here is keeping the cable behind you, emphasizing the stretch on the bicep versus the flex, right? So loading the muscle in the lengthened position is going to give us the most growth. That's what we're trying to do here. Starting with the big stretch, keeping that elbow behind the body, coming straight up here, contraction all the way, controlling the weight back down, full stretch, coming right back up. One thing to remember when doing biceps, the main function of the bicep is supination of the wrist, okay? Not just bringing this bone closer to this bone. It's supinating, so making sure that pinky's high, but I like to think of it as my hand flat all the way through the motion. Last exercise we got is a hammer curl. You're gonna do both arms at the same time, dumbbell variation, 2 sets, 8 to 12 reps. What we're focusing on here is getting a full stretch, getting those arms close to our body, and bringing the weight straight up in front of us versus with our elbows cocked. We want all the way to be on our biceps. Again, that's supination, right? We're working a different part of our bicep now. Okay, bicep brachialis. Coming with our hands straight up and coming straight down. Key, control the weight the whole entire time. All right, guys, that finishes off this pull day. Hit some back, hit some biceps, hit some rear delts. Hopefully this helps your back thickness and your back width. That way when you get up on stage and when you're working on your posing, nice and wide from the back, because you know what they show. Because you know what they say, shows are won from the back. So if you like this workout, subscribe to the channel, like this video. There's gonna be more just like it. Come try out Roman Empire Gym. It's the best gym around. We'll see you guys in the next video.